There comes a time when an ordinary life gives way to an extraordinary idea. For Terry Dennis, that time had finally arrived. Every great adventure begins with an ordinary day. For Terry Dennis, that day began much like every other. His work as an assistant apothecary required patience, precision, and a careful accounting of every bottle entrusted to his care. It was quiet work, predictable work, until one headline captured his imagination. Stories of California's gold fields had a curious effect on Terry. Some men would have read the article and turned the page. Terry Dennis began planning an expedition. History, Terry believed, was less something to be studied and more something to be joined. For luck, for investigation, my obsidian mirror for reflection, and Shinrin Yoku oil for emergency medicine. History had sparked the idea. Curiosity packed the bag. And before the day was over, Terry Dennis was on his way to gold country. Hello, Holly Ann.
Hey, Terry. Where are you going?
I'm going to go to the Motherlode in gold country and try and strike it rich.
I don't think you should go alone.
You want to come with me?
Give me a few minutes to grab some stuff.
Sure. I'm glad you decided to come with me. Did you bring your prospector's hat?
I don't need a prospector's hat. I'm only coming with you to keep you out of trouble.
That's unlikely.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I require a vessel for which to quench my thirst.
That should do the trick.
Excellent. Will it help me find gold?
Not likely. Anything else you're looking for?
Okay, well, I guess I'll take the cup and a bandana.
What's the bandana for?
The bandana is for identification.
Identification?
Yeah, so people know I'm a gold prospector.
Aha.
How much?
You're in for $4.
$4?
$4. What's that?
Gold.
I can't take that. Not real gold.
It's gold colored.
True. Doesn't spend the same way.
Good. I need instruction in the extraction of vast quantities of gold. Can you help me with that?
I believe I can.
All right. What do I need to get started?
Well, if you're just prospecting for placer, you can get away with just a panning kit, a snuffer bottle, maybe a scoop or a pick.
All right. Would you happen to sell emergency gold in case I fail to find my own?
Typically we do. We don't have any prepared right now, but yes, typically we sell vials of gold.
What about beginner's gold?
We do have catered bags. Good way to practice and make sure you're keeping on your gold routine. You make it in house.
All right, catered's the way to go then.
I would put all my material in the classifier, wash it all out. Always check your classifier again. you might be that lucky guy that gets that big chunk of gold. Tap that. This is pretty much junk. Get that to the side. Now your smalls in the pan. What you want to do is get it moving independently. Now it's all moving on its own. It's all stratifying and moving in the water. So all you're trying to do is just sink the gold. So if you imagine the gold being in here, you basically want to sink it to the bottom. Now you want to tilt it to where the riffles are away from it. And then you can wash the lighter stuff off of that. Now we do this again, re-stratify it.
And I don't have to be afraid that I'm going to wash gold out.
No, as long as you're doing your job here, the gold's going to want to do what it wants to do. It wants to find the lowest place it can go. So I just pretend I can look right through this dirt, and I'm trying to put the gold in here.
The expedition has finally commenced. Necessary provisions have been acquired, though it quickly became apparent that prospecting requires a surprising number of them. Holly Ann has insisted on joining the venture, citing concerns for my well-being. I suspect she'll soon recognize the soundness of my preparations. Tomorrow, practical mining operations shall begin. Before entering gold country, Holly Ann insisted on one final stop for provisions. Terry approached the task with the same careful consideration he intended to give his mining operation.
It looks like the Badgers came and wiped out everything you had down here. My God.
Prudent gold prospectors seldom begin in the mountains. Fortunately, a family friend offered Terry the opportunity to learn a few of the fundamentals before the expedition truly began. Before a single pan ever touched the water, Terry discovered that earning a little trust was just as important as finding a good place to dig. With the chores complete and permission graciously granted, Terry was finally invited to try his hand at gold panning. Good morning, Kate.
Hey, Terry.
I understand you have a creek.
I do.
Is it available for a brief business adventure?
What kind of business venture?
Gold.
Gold?
Yes.
Good luck with that. I hope you find some.
I believe the gold is equally hopeful. Thank you. Like most beginners, Terry imagined gold would reveal itself almost immediately. The creek had other plans. Gold panning has never been a contest of strength. It has always been a lesson in patience, one Terry was only beginning to learn. The efforts today were devoted to instruction rather than discovery. A generous family friend allowed the expedition to conduct preliminary mining operations within the confines of a most agreeable creek. Though the gold remained elusive, valuable progress was made in the proper operation of the pan. Confidence remains undiminished.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good,
Good.
but I'm in desperate need of a box for my pocket telegraph.
What is a pocket telegraph?
Pocket telegraph. This.
Oh, you mean a cell phone?
Some people call it a cell phone. I refer to it as my pocket telegraph,
Okay.
but I need a box for it.
Oh, okay. Well, we have those boxes right over there that might work for you. That might work for you.
I think this will work nicely.
Great. It does great at projecting so that you can hear.
Does. Okay,
Okay?
I'll buy it.
All right, thank you. We appreciate it.
What are you doing?
I'm starting a fire so I can make Prospector coffee.
What's Prospector coffee?
It's the same as cowboy coffee, except it's made by a prospector.
Do you even know what you're doing?
Of course I know what I'm doing. I just watched a moving picture on my pocket telegraph. Ow! I'm sorry I didn't get a fire started.
I hope you have a plan B.
Actually, I do have a plan B.
That's not a plan B.
Sure it is. B for beans.
I am not eating this.
I promise I'll take you out to a nice dinner when I strike it rich. The expedition has successfully reached Gold Country. A proper container was acquired for the pocket telegraph, thereby improving communications considerably. Camp was established without significant incident. Fire, however, elected not to participate in the evening's activities. Beans proved entirely satisfactory. Holly Ann remained unconvinced. Tomorrow, the search for fortune truly begins. Morning brought with it a few unexpected discoveries. The first was that sleeping on a picnic table was considerably less comfortable than Terry had anticipated. The second, Holly Ann was nowhere to be found. A careful review of the map revealed something Terry had somehow overlooked the evening before. Just across the lake stood a small collection of cabins. To Terry, they appeared nothing short of providential. Though Terry wasn't all that worried, he was beginning to wonder where Holly Ann had gone. Fortunately, there was only one place that seemed likely. If he discovered the cabins, surely Holly Ann had as well. Certain that Holly Ann would think to look there first, Terry made his way around the shoreline. With a little luck, the expedition might finally have a proper headquarters. Hello, miss.
Well, hello.
I was wondering if any of these fine accommodations were available.
I do have a few available. They rent by the night.
Unfortunately, my mining operation is still in its early stages.
Okay, well, you still have to pay.
I plan on being a lot wealthier by the end of the week.
Well, maybe we'll talk about the price at checkout.
You'll be glad to know that I've secured these fine accommodations for a modest fee until the end of the week. What do you think?
This is much better than camping.
Great. Our mining headquarters has been established. Let's get unpacked. Satisfied that Terry had finally established a respectable headquarters, Holly Ann elected to remain behind and enjoy a quiet morning. She was confident Terry could manage a few hours on his own, or so she hoped. With headquarters established, Terry was convinced this would be the day fortune finally revealed itself. The Creek remained unconvinced. Undeterred, Terry concluded that the gold was simply exercising remarkable patience. The expedition has secured suitable headquarters overlooking Packer Lake, through a sincere promise to settle my account before departing. Holly Ann approved of the accommodations and remained behind with her book while I commenced operations along a promising creek. The creek has thus far declined to reveal its gold. The operation is now fully established. Fortune may locate me at its convenience. After several unsuccessful attempts, Terry became convinced he was missing something. Certain the answer might be found in Downieville, he set out in search of inspiration. History has a curious way of reminding us that every experienced miner was once a beginner. Others had found gold here. The question was, how? To Terry, the answer was obvious. He simply needed older equipment. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Good morning.
I'm Terry Dennis. I'm an apothecary assistant from Sacramento, and I'm here to get rich.
You're here to strike it rich.
I need a gold pan.
You need a gold pan. Well, we sell gold pans. We're here. We like to sell the old metal ones. Well, what do you know? There's one right here. I wonder if somebody just left it there. This is a nice one. It's got a little rust in it. All you gotta do is take it to the river, and when you start mining, it'll clean it all up for you.
Is it guaranteed to find gold?
I don't know, but if you'll learn something, and you'll learn how to find gold. You got to start somewhere, right? And this is much better than a plastic pan. You're doing it the way the old timers did it.
Then Terry found it. An original gold pan from another era. Surely, he reasoned, a piece of history might inspire a little good fortune. Though the antique pan never touched the water in an attempt to find gold, Terry was convinced it was helping in ways modern equipment simply couldn't. It was then Terry encountered a gentleman he was thoroughly convinced had stepped directly out of the year 1852. Recognizing experience when he saw it, Terry politely asked if he might share a little of it.
So you basically take a pan and With the material, you wash out, load up a little bit of water. Then you make sure you swirl it around. Don't be afraid of it. Swirl out the material, and every once in a while you want to tap it to the front. And when you do that, all the heavy material will go to the bottom, all the lighter stuff will go to the top, and after that, you wash it out a couple times in the water to get the lighter stuff off the top. You do that about 2 or 3 times until you get to the bottom, and then you start doing the circular motions. When you start doing the circular motions, you do either way you feel comfortable with, clockwise or counterclockwise. You kind of skim off the top until you get to the top with the black stand. Eventually to the point you get to see the gold.
Armed with a few words of hard-earned wisdom, Terry returned to the water. This time, he wasn't simply looking for gold. He was learning how to look. Each pan was a little steadier than the last. Each movement carried a little more purpose. The river remained as generous with its lessons as it was reluctant with its gold. Some days, success isn't measured by what you carry home, but by what you carry away. Though Terry's poke remained empty, his confidence no longer did. Despite the excellent instruction, fortune remained elusive. Knowledge, however, had become considerably easier to find. Today's efforts yielded no measurable increase in gold reserves. I did have the privilege of learning from a gentleman I remained convinced arrived directly from the year 1852. Though my poke remains regrettably light, my understanding has grown considerably. Recognizing Terry could benefit from a brief change of scenery, Holly Ann suggested a visit to Graeagle. Although the excursion was intended for Holly Ann, Terry soon became convinced he had discovered one of the most unusual mining camps in California. It eventually became necessary to pry him away before every last cent was gone.
Hello there, what can we do for you?
I need a new fishing apparatus.
What seems to be the problem?
This one resigned early.
It looks like it's broken. Yeah. That's too far gone. We're gonna need a whole new setup, I believe.
Alright.
And we've got a couple options. We've got our basic option right here, which is around $30, and our best top of the line, which is about $85. It's 7-foot ultralight rod, much better reel than the Dye was here. So, what do you think?
Primarily, I'm fishing for gold.
Okay.
Secondarily, I'm fishing for trout.
All right. What area? Gold Lake area or Lake Basin or?
Packer Lake.
Packer Lake. Okay. This would be a great rod for Packer Lake.
All right.
7 foot. You can cast it out a little bit further. We put line on it for free as well for you.
You're pretty good at that.
I've done this a few times.
You should try gold panning.
Oh, can I donate?
Have you ever tried for gold?
No.
So then it comes out to 5.
I wish I had a hobby that I could make money out of. I don't. Alright, so now we can put a hook on there. It might be a small hook, but you can catch big fish. About 5-pounders with this size hook. This glass rod.
5-pound fish?
Yeah. Got a 12-pounder last year.
I'm hoping for a 5-pound nugget.
There you go.
Terry had reasoned that successful fishermen and successful prospectors shared much in common. The fishermen appeared less convinced. Pardon me, sir. My name is Terry Dennis. I'm new to the mining profession, and I was wondering if you have any advice before I lose all my money.
Not really.
Since you don't have any advice, would you care for a restorative oil while I discuss my mining ideas?
Listen, man, for the last time, I just need you to leave. I don't want any oil. I just want to fish.
Alright, I'll leave you alone.
Cheers.
I expected more prospectors and a lot fewer paddleboards. If the gold rush ended 170 years ago, why are all these people still here? After a brief but enlightening introduction to the local fishing community, Terry concluded his talents were perhaps better suited elsewhere. I feel really good about this spot, and I have something that might help increase my chances of success. A pair of suspenders.
I don't think that's gonna help.
Well, nothing else has helped so far. It can't hurt. You help me put these on? I've never worn suspenders before.
Don't you want to use this?
No, that's my good luck charm.
Hey Terry, are the suspenders working?
Of course not. They're not broken in yet. I think it's time to find a new spot. Though quiet today, the history of Forest City was anything but peaceful. Like many mining towns, it knew its share of fortunes and those willing to steal them. Though Terry's understanding had grown, his poke had not. Still convinced the mountains had one more lesson to teach, he set out for the quiet streets of Forest City. Not every mining town disappeared when the gold ran out. Some simply grew quiet. Not every mining town survives the passage of time. Some fade quietly into the forest, leaving only weathered buildings and the stories they refuse to surrender. To Terry, every rusted wheel and weathered tool raised another question. Who held it? What were they hoping to find? More than a century ago, these streets echoed with wagons, miners, merchants, and dreams of sudden fortune. Today, the mountains have reclaimed much of what man once built. The buildings stood quietly, as though waiting for someone to remember why they had been built in the first place. Today's investigations extended well beyond the creek. Graeagle proved remarkably inviting, though Holly Ann eventually found it necessary to pry me away. A new fishing pole and suspenders produced no measurable increase in gold reserves. Forest City reminded me that long after the gold is gone, the stories remain. Tomorrow, the search continues. After a week of careful investigation, Terry returned to a location he had come to regard as his own private claim. He was reasonably certain no one else knew of its location. With each passing day, Terry's technique had improved considerably. Unfortunately, the gold remained just as elusive. I remain optimistic, despite a complete lack of evidence. I'm beginning to think the gold is avoiding me. Yep, it's avoiding me. I have yet to discover gold, but I've become very familiar with rocks. I've searched this creek thoroughly, and so far, the creek is unimpressed. Terry quickly determined the cause of the incident. It had very little to do with the creek, and everything to do with the absence of his suspenders. I had an interesting day.
What happened to you?
The gold won.
What really happened to you?
I wasn't wearing my suspenders, and I fell in. By now, Terry had searched creeks, rivers, and mining camps. Perhaps, he reasoned, it was time to search from above. From the ridgeline, the mountains stretched in every direction. Somewhere beneath those forests and valleys lay the gold that had drawn thousands west more than 175 years ago. Before long, the expedition crossed paths with a mountain woman who knew these hills as though she had spent a lifetime among them. Recognizing experience when he saw it, Terry was more than willing to follow. Gold brought Terry to these mountains. The mountains themselves were beginning to convince him to return. Having gained the high ground, Terry consulted his map to determine exactly where the mountains had been hiding their riches.
Why are we climbing all the way up here?
To gain a better view of the gold.
You can see gold from up here?
Not the gold itself, but its general vicinity. Strictly speaking, Holly Ann was correct. But Terry wasn't entirely wrong. Every flake of placer gold begins its journey somewhere high in these mountains. With renewed confidence, Terry carefully studied his map. Surely the mountains were beginning to reveal their secrets. The higher they climbed, the smaller the search seemed, and the larger the mountains became. For a moment, Terry stopped looking for gold and simply admired the country that had produced it. The view revealed no hidden veins, no forgotten claims, and no obvious fortune. It did, however, provide something every prospector eventually discovers: perspective. When the week began, Terry had promised Holly Ann a celebratory dinner after striking it rich. The riches never arrived, but the dinner did. Some promises, Terry believed, were worth keeping regardless.
I thought dinner was supposed to happen after you got rich.
I'm investing in morale.
That's not how money works.
A successful mining operation requires vision.
Is that why you're wearing a gold tie?
One must dress for the fortune one intends to have. Final mining operations were conducted along a promising creek. Prospecting without suspenders is no longer recommended. The surrounding ridges confirmed the gold had to come from somewhere. A promise to Holly Ann was kept. I consider the day a complete success. Though Terry's poke remained disappointingly light, his appreciation for gold country had grown considerably richer. If generations of successful miners had once walked these halls, Terry felt it only fitting that he should do the same.
Why are we here?
Successful miners stayed here.
Successful miners had gold.
I have gold.
That's barely visible.
Wealth is wealth. Some men celebrate with champagne. Terry preferred a Diet Coke. Either way, he considered the week worth celebrating.
So what happens next year?
Next year, I arrive with experience.
That's what you've learned?
Well, that, and to bring a bigger pan. What's that?
A reminder?
A reminder of what?
How little gold you found?
Thank you. I think. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Can I bother you for a minute on this fine morning?
Sure.
Can you point me in the direction of the gold? I've been searching all week and haven't found any.
Oh, sound like my chainer. There's some down the street in the gold shop.
Morning, you guys. Hey.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. Can you tell me where the gold is?
Well, we've been out on mining it, but it's in the jewelry store here.
It's already been found?
Yes, and we're going to the jewelry store. It's easier. We got rid of our shovels, and we're just going to go here and buy it.
All right. How long were you looking?
Been looking 50 years now.
50 years?
Every weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. But this was that the miners got here 100 years ago. They're a little ahead of us.
Okay. I'm 100 years too late?
That's what I would say. Not for the bars, but for the gold.
One question, however, continued to trouble Terry. If others had learned to find gold, perhaps he simply needed a better education. And so, before returning home, Terry enrolled himself in what he believed to be California's finest mining school. For the first time all week, Terry wasn't searching for shortcuts, or secret locations, or lucky equipment. He was simply learning.
I'll be right with you. So, this is your first time gold panning?
No, I'm very experienced. I've actually been gold panning for about a week now.
So, I need your refresher then. First thing you want to do,
I wasn't very successful.
how we find gold is shaken and different. So first you want to shake, because that gold's heavy. So you're shaking that gold to the bottom of the pan. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Go back to the sheds. Slowly with your little sticks in there. 1, 2, 3. Taking 1%. So once you tell how much they need, the next step is add that. Yeah. And then I'll take a look at this guy. And so all the gold is hiding. I'm going to use the water to swirl everything off the gold. There it is right there. Eureka. Right there.
You say Eureka, I say pay dirt.
Terry Dennis never struck it rich. At least, not in the way he expected. He returned home with only a modest amount of gold, but a wealth of stories, new friendships, and a growing suspicion that fortune had favored him after all.
There's a piece of gold right there. Okay, I think we're done. I have a question about the nettle leaf tea.
Sure, how can I help?
Is this from the actual nettle plant?
It is from the nettle plant. You're absolutely correct. And it's a great company. It's a traditional medicinals. It's an organic product. We carry it all the time. I believe that one is actually helpful for liver support, if I'm not wrong. And ours brings up at $8.25.
Terry briefly considered departing Columbia by stagecoach. He ultimately decided against it. Too much risk of robbery. His holdings were modest, but hard-earned. In the end, Terry returned not with riches, but with something he never expected to find. A story worth keeping. The first expedition has officially concluded. Though my poke remains modest, my experience has grown considerably. I have learned that fortune is not always found in the pan. Sometimes it waits beside a lake, along a river, in the kindness of strangers, or simply in the promise to try again. Preparations for the next expedition are under consideration. Keep dreaming, keep exploring, and onward to the next adventure.